Another day, flavorless forage.
What in the heck is this magic? It smells intriguing. Could this be the answer to my lifelong struggle against bland wilderness cuisine? Okay, deep breaths. Don't get your hopes up, big guy.
Finally, a meal fit for a famished Bigfoot. Thank you, Alpine Touch. My Rocky Mountain adventures just got a whole lot tastier.
Being in this industry since I was in college, one of the things I think we take the most pride in is Aspen Sound's been such a presence in Missoula for almost 40 years. The cool parts about our job is people always ask me, what do you do for a living? I sell fun, whether it's as simple as window tints all the way up to integrating a backup camera into a factory screen. I'm pretty excited about the options that we can present.
Cash One Pawn, Missoula's #1 pawn shop.
Well, you want money? We got money. You need money? We got money. We're cash.
Do yourself a favor and make Cash One Pawn part of your online shopping habits. Cash One Pawn has an awesome online inventory, everything from firearms to power tools to speaker equipment to jewelry. Visit Cash One Pawn today.
Cash one pawn.
8720 Roller Coaster Road, CashOnePawn.com.
Coach, we'll start with your final thoughts from a big win for Montana, last non-conference win of the season, or game of the season, I should say, and your initial thoughts on Sacramento State as we head south.
Great. Well, it was great to get 7-0 last weekend. Our guys compete every time out, and I thought it was a great effort by our team. So it's good to be 7-0. Headed down to Sacramento. Obviously, they're 4-3, 2-1 in the Big Sky. Had a wild win over Northern Colorado on Saturday night. So, we're playing on a short week on Friday night. I do think that the road team is at a disadvantage on these short weeks with the travel and losing a day that way. So we're trying to work ahead. And hey, what's today's date?
20th.
Excuse me. It's his birthday. Get a card. It's all right.
Happy birthday, Stacy.
Have a meltdown right here in the middle of the press conference. Way short days. It's supposed to not be the 20th. So. All right. I think that you get pressed for time and you don't get you want to make sure you get everything you need to get done. Was my thought process just a minute ago. It applies to all facets of life, I guess. So we need a good week of preparation. We need to go down there. Kyle, I appreciate you bringing it up earlier. We're aware their president called us the JV. So we're aware. We'll deal with that as need be on Saturday or on Friday night. So we will be ready to go. I think our guys will be excited to get back into conference play, and we'll see how it goes.
Questions?
Coach, what do you think of that dynamic, this Sac State leaving the conference after this year?
I really haven't thought much about it, to be honest with you.
The last couple times you guys have played down there have been on national television. How does that add to the game, and what do you think of this opportunity on Friday?
I don't think it adds anything to the game as far as our program goes. More people get to watch it. That really doesn't have anything to do with us.
When you look at Sac offensively, they've played several different quarterbacks, but it looks like they've really settled in on the kid they're playing lately. So what does he bring to their offensive attack?
Well, I think whoever they play at quarterback has good running ability. It's hard to get a handle on exactly what they're doing, because I think they have pretty good balance, but they want to run the ball, and their quarterbacks are a big piece of that.
Elijah, I know you haven't looked necessarily at Sac specifically, but just when a team does have a running threat at quarterback, how much does that just add to the game plan for you guys and the execution you need to have?
Yeah, we prepare for every team, and we try to give them our full attention week in, week out. Having a quarterback that run the ball requires our full attention and a full week of preparation, so we decided to start that.
For both players, Elijah, we'll start with you. When you see their president, go on national TV, call you guys the Montana Pandas, and say you haven't, won a real games.
That's not a question for the players.
Okay, Coach, can I talk to you about that, calling you the Montana Pandas, all that good stuff on national TV?
Yeah, we saw it. The guy's kind of a clown, right?
Coach, just to follow up on that, like you mentioned the JV comment, the Montana Pandas, things of that nature. Just how do you guys, use it as motivation? Do you block it out? How do you maybe approach outside noise like that?
As outside noise, that's how we approach it. If I was the president down there, I'd be more worried about the riot that happened in their stadium after the game than taunting Montana.
Yeah, fair.
In our line of work, we are often helping people when they are at the worst part of their life or the most vulnerable. I'm Angie Miller with Ryan Miller in Coburn, and we specialize in helping our clients through difficult times. We help individuals who have been injured in car accidents, suffered from medical malpractice, or who are facing criminal charges. If you ever find yourself in one of these situations, please don't hesitate to reach out to our firm. We're available 24/7 and can be reached at 406-542-2233.
Elijawah, for you, obviously, this is your first time doing Big Sky Conference play. It's kind of a weird little break this last week against Sacred Heart. Just what are your thoughts on kind of just prepping for conference games? And you have experience previously in other conference, but just these games and specifically, what's it been like for you from your perspective?
Yes, sir. Every game is important, but especially conference games because it's one of our goals that we work on. So, like I said earlier, we just fully prepared. I don't treat really any game different. Every game is important to me. So.
Then for you, Josh, obviously, Sac State, UC Davis was a pretty good rivalry. Just what do you have memories of playing them, and how fired up are you for a game like this?
Yeah, it was always a rivalry for UC Davis, so it was a pretty big game there. But for here, we just gotta focus on the next game, and we just gotta focus on the win.
Offensively, just the way things are going lately, obviously Kale getting Conference Player of the Week. I think he only threw 6 incompletions. Just what's working on offense, and just what's it been like when he's dealing and everybody's getting involved?
Well, it's amazing to watch him grow from when I first got here. He's gotten, just seems like he's getting better every single day. And additionally, having someone grow on at the quarterback position, also become a leader, it's great. It also brings like a camaraderie to the offense and helps us all work towards the common goal.
Yo, Tara, what up, E? What's going on? Man, those are some nice medals. Yeah, man, these are hard to come by.
Yeah, well, I've got 2 of them.
Well, that's nothing like going to March Madness, though. We did go to a national championship.
Okay, guys, whatever. Let's just get on the Montana party bus and head over to Press Box for lunch.
Yeah.
Nuanez Now and Skyline Sports, covering Montana athletics and the Big Sky Conference better than anybody. The Montana Party Bus and the Press Box are also proud supporters of Montana athletes.
Hey, cheers to you guys, man. Cheers to Montana. Cheers to
Five Valleys Restoration, your view is our view, and what a beautiful view it is. We are proud to be locally owned, locally operated. We love our community here in Missoula and also the full 5 valleys that we do service. We give back to the community, we service our community. Our kids go to school here, we live here, we play here.
On a short week, how as a player do you kind of embrace that and try and do as much as you can in before?
You really just gotta come into it just ready to get going. You gotta have trust in the coaches, and we're all working on the same time clock, and so we gotta work with what they're at the same time that they have, and we just gotta have trust in them.
Coach, maybe I know you kind of spoke on it offensively a little bit, but overall, when you look at them, what stands out as far as what they like to do?
I think they're fast. That's probably the thing that sticks out first to me. They've got a fast football team.
What about on defense?
More the same. I think they're really pretty talented up front. I think their D-line is the strength of their defense. But again, they run well.
Elijawah, just thoughts on going on the road. You guys obviously haven't gone on the road a ton this year, so just going in and what probably should be a better atmosphere than what they've seen in years past. But just your thoughts on going on the road again.
I'm excited to go to California and just play football. It's a big game, so yeah, I'm just gonna be in the moment and try to do everything that I can to help us out.
Josh, what can you maybe take from the first road game and approaching it going on the road again this year?
Yeah, it's really, we have to have the same mentality whether we're playing at home and whether we're playing at an away game. We're going in for a reason. Yes, it will be televised. It'll be nice that there'll be more people there, but we're going in there for a similar goal.
Elijah, when you play an offense that runs the ball like they do, just what do you enjoy the most about that challenge as a linebacker?
That's every week. That's one of the main things that we have to stop is the run. So it's a great challenge for us as the whole unit, and I'm excited for it every time I step on the field.
And Bobby, I know Sac State, they have one kickoff return, touchdown, a couple other longer kickoff returns. Just when you see them on film, what stands out about their return game?
I think just generally in the kicking game, they're good. They know what they're doing. The returner's a good player. They've been productive in that area, specifically the kickoff return. But they know what they're doing. It's apparent on film that they work hard at it.
And then just with the shorter week, going back to when Saturday's game ended till now, and then going forward, just how much does the schedule change for you guys throughout the week compared to playing the Saturday game?
You mean beyond we playing a day earlier?
Yeah.
We're playing a day earlier, so it cuts a day out of the preparation. It is what it is. Sometimes I answer these questions like we have some choice on where the games are played or what day they're played. But that's not in our hands, so we just do our best.
Coach, I do want to ask you about Ian Finch and what he's kind of brought, especially as a blocking wide receiver in the run game. And I know when we're on the sidelines and there's a big run and he makes a big block, the sidelines kind of seem to get pretty hyped for him making those plays. So just his role, especially in the run game.
Yeah, I think that first to the team, as always. I think our guys value people who play roles. So whether it's a kicking game play or making a block on a run or a tackle or whatever, spilling a play and causing a thing to bounce or make a loss, our team's tuned into the game and what different people bring in terms of our success. And then Ian has done a good job of that, both on offense and in the kicking game. Not afraid to get in there and do the dirty work, and that's what I think all our players should embrace. I think they do.
Or maybe you do it all over again. Hi, I'm Brian Toon with Jewelry Design Center, inviting you to come see the largest selection of Will You Marry Me in the state of Montana. The brightest diamonds of every shape and size, unique settings built to last, and skilled jewelers on site offering free sizing and maintenance for life, because that's how long we want to be your jeweler. Jewelry Design Center in Missoula, on Brooks, across from the Montana.
Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Right down the road, pump it up.
Coach, I also have a player question. Just Ty Morrison and what he's done the last couple of years, and being a unique kind of, also Swiss Army knife, kicking and punting. Two-part question. One, have you ever had a player like that can do both like that? And then just B, what would you say has been his impact and just how nice it is to have him performing at a high level?
Yeah, I've had a few guys over the years. I think the only one here was Dan Carpenter. He could kick it and punt it. In fact, he could kick it with both. He could punt it with both feet, so we could roll out both ways with him. But Ty does a great job. Very consistent. He's competitive. He's a tough-minded guy. He's not your typical what many might think of a kicker or specialist. He's a football player, and obviously he's been really solid.
And Coach, I just wanted to ask you about Brooks Davis. I know for football players, pretty late getting into the game, so to bring him here and see him grow, and such a young age, just become such a dynamic part of the offense. Just what was that kind of like watching him go through all that?
Yeah, well, first of all, late to the game is I don't know the relevance necessarily. I don't think you learn a lot starting in the 4th grade that applies to college football. So, you either have ability or you don't. Brooks has ability. He's a smart player as well. And, obviously that was a good get for us in recruiting. But he's developed and done a really nice job. I think the best is yet to come for him.
Anybody else? Thanks, everyone.